Man, it is so cold in here. Heyo, what's up everyone? I hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. Today and once a month, I'll be covering the meta changes in Apex Legends called State of the Meta. And boy, do we have a big update and lots of content for this first video. So you're just in luck. I will be covering everything in this patch. So sit back, grab a snack, and enjoy. It's worthy to note that I do stream on Twitch at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. The link is in the description below. With tonight's patch launching at 8 p.m. Pacific Time, for our UK friends, it looks like it comes out at 4 a.m. GMT on the morning of January 6th. So you guys will be able to hop in and get those wins. We have a big update coming to Apex Legends. So forgive me if I have to keep looking down at my notes because there's a lot here, okay? So first thing first, there's a new temporary game type called the Airdrop Escalation Takeover. The Airdrop Escalation Takeover is described as a battle royale, but with more supply drops. Immediately after you leave the jump ship, you will see a cluster of supply drops on the map. You can actually head over to Apex Legends and read all of these patch notes as well. The link will be in the description below. During each round, more supply bins will drop. It will be the same rate at the Lifeline supply drop. Each supply drop contains a fully kitted weapon of different tiers, depending on the round. For example, Round 1's drop feature level 2 kitted weapons, while Round 4's drops include red armor and crate weapons. As with regular fully kitted weapons, you can break them down or swap their attachments onto other weapons. And of course, regular weapons and weapons will still appear on the ground as loot. I wonder if they're gonna actually, if they're planning on implementing these weapon drops, kind of like how Call of Duty does it. It's a fully kitted weapon that you might be able to interchange later on in the battle. I know one of the director of either Respawn or the director of Apex Legends said that Season 9, quote unquote, will be a massive overhaul. So I wonder if this is what they're testing out. We also have another game mode called the Pathfinder Town Takeover. The Pathfinder Town Limited Type mode, meanwhile, is a new game mode where players battle it out in an arena only without abilities. So that covers the limited time modes. We're going to go ahead and go to the Heirloom of Gibraltar. There are 24 themed limited time event items, which are available in event Apex packs. Collect them all to unlock the Gibraltar Heirloom. All right, and now we have some Apex Legends Fight Night update patch notes. It looks like Rampart is gonna get her amped cover, decrease cooldown from 30 seconds to 20 seconds. So for all you Rampart fans out there that hated the fact that it takes so long to put up those covers, now you get it in 20 seconds instead of 30. Caustic's Nox Gas also got a buff. Decrease cooldown from 25 seconds to 20 seconds. So if you want to throw those little haymaker of gas canisters out there and just smother everyone in that green gas here as little farts, now you can do it in 20 seconds rather than 25. We also have Wraith on here. Fixed an issue with Wraith's portals getting destroyed by the Trident. I've never actually had that occur, but I'm sure it must have been pretty big for them to want to fix that. I've never seen that happen in game, actually. Bangalore is getting a fix as well. Fixed an issue with Bangalore's missiles passing through hatch doors when they are closed on World's Edge. Honestly, I've never had that happen to me either, so thank goodness on that one. That's a rage moment and a half right there, right? Mirage. Fixed an issue with Mirage's decoys not making footstep sounds. I couldn't tell you how many times I've gotten to fights with Mirage and I had no idea that he was even around, and I saw his dummy running around and I didn't hear anything. And I'm like, I know it's a hologram, but is the hologram light? Would a hologram make footstep sounds? My biggest thing, I just want the footsteps in general with all the legends to be fixed on all the maps. Couldn't tell you how many times that I've had a legend drop right behind me and I heard nothing and I get melted. I'm sure that's happened to you guys, and if it has, post in the comments. I'd love to hear what your rant is on that. So we got to fix the sound, but I mean they're making some progress here, right? So that's good. So Crypto fixed an issue with Hack consuming 2 vault keys if 2 keys were in Crypto's inventory. Now personally I don't use Crypto, but for all my Crypto mains out there, if it's happened to you, it's fixed. It's fixed an issue with Hack getting stuck within Trident when deployed as a passenger and the Trident is on a ramp. I mean, if you're driving, you probably shouldn't be pulling out your device anyway. You should be focused on the road and not your little device drone. I know it's a game, but still. Revenant. Love Revenant. When he crab crawls, crawls, no one anticipates when he's crawling around and he's shooting. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait, we'll get on Revenant in another video. But we have some bug fixes for him. Fixed an issue causing other players to teleport with Revenant if they punch Revenant when he has very little health. I've never experienced that myself, but for my Revenant fans out there and my players out there, you no longer have to worry being teleported with your Revenant on the team back to the TP. Revenant also got it fixed with an issue that didn't allow Revenant to deploy the Death Totem while on the Trident. Well, sometimes when you gotta go, you gotta go. As my favorite movie, Jurassic Park there, little reference. Loba got a fix. A lot of the windows in Road's Edge that prevented Loba bracelet to pass through it has now been fixed. So now you can, my little frisbee throwers, you can get up in those places and those windows that just never allowed you before, and now you can. So now you can figure out little itty bitty spots to get into and, yeah, and get away from me as a Horizon. I'm a Horizon main. Love Horizon. Rampart got a fix. Fixed an issue that allowed Rampart to play Sheila while in the Phase Runner. Fixed an issue where UI elements stayed on screen after using Sheila. I'm sure that would be problematic, especially if you're trying to figure out some keybinds or looking down. You know, sometimes I still, like, when I took away my keybinds, I'm like, oh, what does what? It almost kind of messes my mind. But having another UI up there that has nothing to pertain to what your keybinds are, that I'm sure that would mess you up. My girl got a fix. Horizon had an issue with Horizon's abilities not affecting Lifeline's dock and Crypto's drone. Thank you. I couldn't tell you how many times I've thrown my device out and it not affecting her drone or Crypto's drone if it was in the area. Thank you. Thank you, Apex, for making that fix. That's awesome. All right, on to weapons. Hemlock got a little nerf to it. Looks like we got decreased damage from 22 to 20. Now, my math isn't the strongest, but still, if you 3-tap somebody with the Hemlock, and they're having a common shield, you're gonna down him anyway. So it's not much of a decrease, but it's still a little bit as a nerf. We'll take it. The Mastiff, the spread out 3rd to 4th pellets to decrease max range of 4 pellet hits was plus a negative 7.5 degrees. Now it's plus a negative 10 degrees. So I'm not, from what I understand, I'm pretty sure like the spread is now like even wider, or is it this way? I'm still unclear on that one. I'm going to figure that one out. We'll figure that one out in the patch. The Prowler. The reserve bullets increased from 175 to 210. That means now you can pray and spray when you're having a fully automatic and you're just hip firing for the win. Or you just get 210 rounds. I never really used the Prowler myself. I'm an R99 Mastiff or Wingman, but the Prowler, there you go. You got increased bullets. Quality of life. They did some major fixes here, and I'm so thankful that they finally did this, because I couldn't tell you how many times I've had red notifications on my screen and they would just sit there. I'm one of those kind of people that if I have a notification on my phone, I don't like seeing it on there. Sometimes when my wife texts me on Messenger, my phone will be on there. It'll say 1. I'll click on it and just close it just so I don't see a notification on there. And trust me, she gets on me about that all the time. So I recommend anyone out there that is in a relationship, don't ignore your significant other. The Fabled Mark All As Seen. This is the one I was talking about. This is the favorite one. Button has been added. Click this to remove the pesky, helpful red dots. Quality of life. Ultimate accelerants can now be used without opening your inventory. If your ultimate is not currently available, just press the button or buttons on a controller to activate it, and you'll pull out any stored accelerant in your inventory and use it automatically. That's great. That's great. That takes out that menu time, right? Because seconds are, instead of time is money, time are kills, or time is win, right? So or time is position. So just as little changes like that can speed up the game. When in a lobby, if a party member leaves your lobby for any reason, all party members will be marked as not ready. This should stop accidental launches into a match when your buddy dipped out for a second. So that's good, because if I have any party members that from what this says, when in a lobby, if a party member leaves your lobby, all your party members, that's great, because now sometimes I'll be gone doing dishes in between matches or something like that, taking care of my son or figuring out what we're gonna do for dinner. And when our friends leave there, it's like, oh, hey, look at that. I don't have to worry about it going into a match now. I can just come back and click on my match. Now, for those who are streaming and they want to keep the entertainment going, you just might want to sit down and just click ready and just be ready to go. This is this next fix up, or this little quality of life here, or QOL. Pinging the nearest respawn beacon from spectate will now always ping the nearest beacon unless you don't have enough time to use it before the ring closes over it, instead of defaulting to the nearest beacon of the next safe ring. So for all you out there that get downed, I mean like myself, we can now ping the closest one rather than the one that's in the next ring, because sometimes if it's round 1, we could sacrifice some health to get a revive in the ring, right? I mean, or even round 2, round 3 if you got the meds. But it's just sometimes when you're trying to ping your nearest respawn, it's like, oh, it's in the ring and your team's already traveling towards it, even though they're like maybe 30 meters away from one, you know? So that could, if they're 30 meters away, you should probably be saying, hey, just turn around and revive me anyway. We now show you how many treasure packs are needed to acquire the next comic page. This should just make it easier to people who are chasing the new bit of lore to know how far away they are. Personally, I wish right here they would make it to where I could go back and see all of the comics, because I would love to do voiceovers for those comics and actually make an entire playlist of those comics so we can keep track of the lore. Now, if that's something that they've already got out, be greatly put in the comments below so I can see that, because I really want to follow that lore myself and put it all on here and do voiceovers and do my best on that. But you know what, also on the treasure pack thing, this should also show us how many treasure packs we have opened, right? Because I keep seeing these theories about 500 treasure packs and then you get an heirloom, or you got to be level 500 and then you got to have 350 packs. But reality is, I just want them to be able to know how many packs I've opened. I don't want to know how many I'm close to getting. I just want to know how many packs I've opened so I can be like wishful thinking about it, right? Even though it probably doesn't matter. But, or maybe if they want to add, hey, you've got about 70 more packs to open before you get an heirloom. Although it kind of takes away the element of surprise. So let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think we should have a tracker in there to let us know, hey, we need to have X amount of those packs to open before we see the actual heirloom, or not? Okay, and they also added a small bit of information to the Find Friends box to describe a situation where your friend might not be findable because of their EA account settings. I've had that a lot of times on my Twitch channel. And I've had a lot of friends come in there and they'll want to play with me, but they can't find me, or I can't find them, and it's because of certain settings that they have in there. So it's going to be good to see that they're going to update that. So that's awesome. Also, if you want to see any of these meta changes in live action, you want to see me play and rage on some of these moments, you go ahead and head over to Twitch, and I stream at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And don't forget, guys, by subscribing and hitting that notification bell on this YouTube channel, it goes a long way into support. Thank you. It looks like we got another bug fix to Bloodhound. It looks like I just saw this one here too. Fixed an issue with Bloodhound's UI disappearing after interacting with Horizon's tactical. All right, I think that did. Now, when it comes to the meta, right? When it comes to the meta, a friend of mine in my Discord, speaking of which, you can join the Discord. It's linked in the description below. They're talking about that their pros are now saying the new meta for pro play, Horizon is going to be added to it, or 50-50 with Wraith. I'm still eager to see how that's going to work. A Crypto and a Gibby or Caustic is still being factored in there. So I'm glad Horizon is making her way into the pro scene. Just like in my other video, you can go watch that one too, of the tips and tricks and lore on her. Another thing that they're adding into the Olympus world are the Marvins. I guess if you go to a Marvin and you click on him, he's got common loot or whatnot, he disperses it. And if you find another one that has a good working arm and you kill one, you get a golden arm, and you can take that back over to the broken Marvin, and he will give you high tier loot. In the video, they showed kind of how it works, but I'm eager to see how that's going to work in the actual game. And I wonder if they're going to be spread out across the world, or if it's just in that spot. And I think that spot is Estates. The event includes a selection of new skins and items as part of a new Fight Night Collection reward track. If I missed anything on the bugs, quality of life, or anything with the new patch update, and you guys discover something new, please post it in the comments below so we can review them together. All right, and that's it. That's it for State of the Meta. Stay tuned. Click that notification bell so when I post videos on here, you can stay up to date. And with that being said, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Immediately Immediately after you leave the jump ship, you will find a cluster of supply drops. Okay, if I look down one more time. Immediately after you leave the jump ship, you will see a cluster of... Immediately after you leave the jump ship, you will see a cluster of... Immediately after...